Hey YouTube, you know what kids gotta love and take for granted? Porn. Most of my childhood, I did not have access to porn. I would have to seduce myself with this, my imagination, or the Spanish channel. I'm not joking, I had to learn the days of the week so I could schedule my self-seduction sessions. Cause I'd see a commercial, I'd be like, okay, she's gonna be almost naked, so Sabado, that's Saturday. It felt kind of like a date. Yeah, I didn't understand what she was saying, but just like a real date, I don't give a shit. I'm waiting for that semi-nudity to pop up. Sometimes I'd get lucky though. I remember one time I was just cruising through the channels at like 2 o'clock in the morning. When out of nowhere, boobs. On the least likely of channels, PBS. I was like, what the fuck was a boob doing on PBS? And I found out they had these little artsy type independent movies sometimes. Then I figured out when they aired these movies. It was like every Saturday at the same time. So I wasted literally years of my life only to realize that that one movie I saw with the boobs was the only fucking movie that they ever showed with nudity. I'd be waiting around like watching these bullshit stories just like, okay, titties coming. Okay, that old lady looks like she's ready to take off her top. And no, she just has dementia. Now YouTube, sometimes when the moon and the stars align just right, they would give us a free weekend of premium cable. They'd give us Showtime, Stars, HBO, whatever. Now with the premium cable channels, before a movie or show would start, they'd say this is for adults because it has violence, strong language. I didn't give a shit about those, but if I saw N or BN, I was interested because that meant nudity or brief nudity. Now, nudity was great, but brief nudity, it was good too. You just have to have really good timing. Because even when it said nudity, it wasn't like a shitload of nudity, unless it was something like real sex. But when it said brief nudity, that's when you had like a 2-second window. And we didn't have a TiVo, so it's not like I could pause and rewind the shit. You had to have good instincts. You had to know when she was gonna get naked. Okay, here it comes, and... okay, oh, it's over already, fuck. Sometimes I'd watch a movie all the way through waiting for that brief nudity, only to find out that it's a dude's ass. What the fuck is he getting naked for? I don't fucking like you like that, Al Pacino. Something weird that's happened more than once is, I'd be at a friend's house with a bunch of friends, and one of them would be like, hey, I got porn. And then we'd be like, oh shit, put it on. And we'd be there, watching porn together, and I'd be trying to figure out what the fuck is the point of watching this shit. The fuck are we supposed to do? Critique it? Man, that shit is unrealistic, dog. If you go to a sandwich shop and somebody put their dick in your bread, that's breaking all kinds of health code violations. And what are the odds that some random bitch is just gonna show up with edible panties to put on the sandwich? I feel like the acting on this shit is lackluster, you know what I mean? She says she wants extra sausage on her pizza, but I don't believe she wants extra sausage on her pizza. One time I was at the friend of a friend's house. I hated the dude whose house we were at. And he just popped in a porno. That shit seemed hella homemade. It was the first time I'd ever seen a porno where the dude was wearing a condom. The house was hella dirty. The lighting was bad. The chick had mad bush. And you could hear like a baby crying in the background. Like, I'm convinced to this day that that was his parents. So to all you youngsters out there taking your porn for granted, you don't know what it's like to go without that shit. People like me suffered just so the next generation can have it a little bit better. I used to have to watch movies I couldn't understand, wait for 5 seconds of side titty. I'm like the Rosa Parks of my generation. You spending time on YouTube watching me talk. There are websites with naked bitches on them. Go there, appreciate that shit. Cause whatever you're into, they got it on some kind of a website. You're not into straight up porn? They got that weird shit. Someone sent me a link to porn where a dude was just laying down and letting a woman in high heels step on his junk. That's what you're into, they got that for you. And if you think that's weird, imagine what it's like to be in a room full of dudes. Pop in some porn that you found laying around that you're like 80% sure is starring people that you're related to. Imagine that, YouTube.